Hi guys, good evening from darling Harbour in Sydney, Australia. This is another edition of our stocks by request, but this time we're doing it at 10:16 p.m. here in Sydney, where wherever you are in the world, in Manila, Singapore, Malaysia, it's around 7 p.m. already. Markets closed. For those who are in London, England, we're pretty much in the morning sessions there. So good evening to everyone, and we'll wait for you guys to join this stocks by request session. So for those, by the way, who don't know, we're here in Sydney, Australia for our Stock Smart sessions over the weekend. So if you're in the area, you have relatives that you know who are probably interested in learning more about the markets, I'm excited to meet you and hope that most of you guys can join us here, because we're gonna just keep doing these sessions. We're just gonna keep doing these trainings, these seminars, really to just enhance more and more Filipinos who value learning, who value investing in themselves, and we just really want to see more and more people believe that the stock market can be done, that money can be made in the market. So let's just wait for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes for people to join us, and then we'll begin with our stocks by request session. If you're joining us right now, comment below on what stocks that you would want us to start analyzing. Alright, we now have people joining us. Let's see. Ayan, we have Romel Biag from Busan. Good evening to you. John Poral, good evening to you. Hashman Lagas, good evening. Brian Villanueva from Bahrain. Romel Biag asking for IMI. For IMI, I posted a video yesterday already answering IMI. No, for those asking for IMI, please revert to the video that I created. Just look for the video in the Sydney Harbour. That's where I discussed IMI. That's for you, Romel. Please also comment. Now, if you're asking a question, please comment from what city are you in, so at least I can include you I can include your greetings, and I know also what part of the world is represented here, because you know, Filipinos, we're everywhere. Then you have Osrit Apostol asking for FNI, Oliver Enriquez asking for PF. Oliver, I've posted a couple of videos about pure gold already, you know, so you can just reference our older and previous videos. Just look from my wall post below, so you will see the context of all of those things. Hashman Lagas asking for Bloom and PXP. Res Kagata asking for IDC. Then you have Annabelle Bihag, good evening to you. Where are you from, Annabelle? Jean Terrado asking for URC. Res Kagata, APX, Bing Calao, GT Capital. K Tobias from UAE. Regards to all of you guys from UAE. No, for those who don't know, we're doing Stock Smarts there in Dubai this February 2018. So for those who are already asking, yes, for sure, we are having our Stock Smart sessions there. So if you're from the area, I'm excited to see you and meet you as well. Connie Dolarte asking for ROX. Annabelle Bihag, my brother Frink, Jean Ariel Terrado, Jolene Riarte asking for URC, Miken Espeo asking for GSMI, Richie Villarosa from Dubai asking for SEC, Hashman Ligas from Megawayan City asking for Bloom and PXP. Verns Inocencio, hello to you as well. Franklin Santos asking for Meralco, who's from Dubai. Meralco will be part of this stocks by request, don't worry. Francis Quintos asking for Meg. For Mega World, we've already included it in. Look at the post from yesterday. Meg is included in the stocks that I've mentioned yesterday as well. Good evening to you, Manila. No, there. Oh, sorry. The live. My internet connection had a bit of a problem. Sorry for that quick interruption. So you see that internet problems doesn't just exist in the Philippines. It happens wherever we are in the world. I've seen it, and I've encountered it also from Dubai, from Qatar, from New Zealand, even in other countries in Southeast Asia. So you have to understand this. One of the tips that I'll tell you also, and this is not about stock investing, but we have to be grateful wherever we are. We have to be content. We have to be good stewards, kasi there will always be something greener. There will always be something that's better, and may ingit lang tayo. And the same way is true also when it comes to stock investing. No, let's not compare ourselves with other people. Let's not compare our gains with other people. Let's just run our race. Let's just run what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to be, and try to be the best that we can be. Our goal is not to be better than others. Our goal is to be the best that we can be. Our goal is to be the best doing what we're supposed to do, running our course. And at the end of the day, there's a relatively enough amount of money for everyone to hit their goals of financial freedom. So it's not included in stocks, but I hope that helps you, because at the end of the day, if you do good in stocks but it ruins your life, it doesn't help you as well. I've seen a lot of people who have done well in stock investing, but their lives were ruined because they did not know how to handle money as well. So money management, how you handle money, how you live your lives, has a lot to do as well with how you go about your stock investing. Edson Potrasio is asking if I'm in Darling Harbour. Yes, I am. Verns Inocencio from the US of A. Eric Agustin from Doha, Qatar. Maj Gerates, looking forward to see you again in Dubai. Yes, Dubai, February this year. Well, Karangyan, sabi niya, idol. Wow, thank you so much. Adriel Columbo as from UAE. Is this Russell Kaima, UAE? Asking for URC. Roberto Acorda, good evening. Ryan Corral. Ryan, are you in Sydney right now? If you are, I hope to meet you. Rod Villante asking for AGI. Roche from Dubai, Cheryl Bayon from Iloilo, Stocks Mars in Iloilo, I don't know yet, please comment below, but we might do a one-on-one session with a lot of people there. Ayan, so that's it for the greetings. I'll try to greet everyone also at the end of this video again, but yeah, let's begin with the stocks that we've the stocks that you've requested. Now, one thing though before I go with the stocks that I would like to analyze is let me check how many days already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For roughly 4 days straight, the PSEI is holding above 8,500. So that's good in a way that we're holding, and 8.5 is becoming now a level of support. You have to understand this. As long as 8.5 will hold, and I've said this over and over and over and over again, and you have to have this glued to your head that as long as 8.5 holds, the move for 8.8 is pretty much alive. So very, very important for people who are positioned. Very, very important to people who are watching and referencing the index as your buy and sell parameter. So move to 8.5. We're gonna see it move to 8.8. A lot of our moving averages though and oscillators are still showing a more bullish trend for the market. So a couple of things, by the way, there's been a lot of reports already about earnings, and then GDP Q3 results will be out soon. Plus the movement for the tax reform bill would probably be given in the next few weeks. And I hope it gets done before the end of the year. But those are the three possible catalysts that could move our market higher. Better than expected earnings results for the third quarter. Better than expected GDP. Thirdly is a tax reform bill, and just to add to that, ASEAN is in the next few days. We will be highlighted again to a lot of countries around the world. If we do a good job, if it creates a lot of deals for us, if it increases tourism, it will be a good long-term play again for the markets in general. You have to understand the Philippines is still a growing economy, but we really need different aspects of different sectors to make and give us a boost in that regard. So now let's go with the stocks that you've requested. Again, for those who are joining us just now, all of this will be in marvingirmo.com. Aside from it being in marvingirmo.com, this will also be in my YouTube channel. And for those who are joining us just now, this is the top stocks that you've requested across the week via social media, to Facebook, Twitter, and also my website marvingirmo.com. And I tally the top stocks, and those that hit the most requests are the ones that we would normally talk about. All right. So the first stock that I want to talk about is Semirara, SEC. SEC is relatively, from a price perspective, in a lot of trouble. I repeat, Semirara from a price perspective is in a lot of trouble. If you've seen it and you've been watching the stock over the short term, the stock has been in a short-term downtrend. I repeat, the stock has been in a short-term downtrend. After failing to break out from 50, the stock is relatively not going anywhere. Let me show you the chart first. Here's the chart for you. That's where it is. After failing to break out of 50, the stock started to retrace. And as you can see here, you see the downward movement of Semirara over the short term. The thing about that though is, please watch and reference the 40 peso range. That was a support range that was holding since July 2017. However, for Semirara, something happened today. A large sell down brought the stock lower, and because of the large sell down, it broke past that 39.40 peso support range, which is coinciding with the drop that you're seeing now. The only thing that's protecting Semirara at this point in time is the 200-day moving average. For those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you know how strong a 200 moving average is, and that's what's protecting the stock further, and that's what's protecting it from a deeper decline. But if you see it, there's a very, very large volume, I guess, causing the stock also to have a lot of selling as towards a lot of in the market. Here's one thing that you need to watch out for. A lot of oscillators are now showing a more bearish undertone, meaning there's a bigger downside motion that could possibly happen in the stock as well. However, here's what you need to watch. Since it's at 200-day moving average, should Semirara bounce from that, a bounce play will probably bring it back to around 41.8. So a lot of people who's watching Semirara, because of the large downward movement, should it bounce from the 200-day moving average, it could possibly go back to 41.8 pesos per share. However, please note this, if it fails to hold the 200-day moving average, it fails to hold 39.1 pesos per share, the stock now for the mid and long term turns bearish. I repeat, for people who are following it from a mid to long term perspective, if it fails to hold the 200-day moving average, if it fails to hold around 38.1, the stock is now bearish. So please avoid the stock at all costs. When that happens, and a short downside movement for Semirara will bring the stock to around 35.6 pesos per share. So that's something very, very interesting. Please watch it. Semirara is still a very, very good blue chip company. However, you have to understand that price discounts everything. The upward trend is over. It's only just the 200-day moving average protecting it from falling. So if it goes lower than 38.1, please avoid Semirara. We don't have any buy signals at this point of time, and the downward movement will bring it to 35.6 pesos per share. So that's for Semirara. Next one, back to another S stock. We've mentioned this yesterday, and I'll just run through this very, very quick. SM Prime Holdings, comment below if you have SM Prime, comment below if you've been holding the stock ever since it started to still progress and become bullish. All oscillators though for the stock are still bullish. Short, mid, and long-term oscillators, even moving averages, are showing you a more bullish undertone for the stock, meaning if you're a position trader, no sell signal. There's a ship, there's no sell signal yet. SM Prime Holdings, no sell signal yet. If you're a position trader for the stock, hold the stock, no need to sell yet at this point in time. Next, for quick traders though, I've mentioned this in the video that I created yesterday. It's now currently at its resistance that it hasn't broke out from a very, very long period of time. I repeat, SM Prime is now at a short-term resistance that it hasn't broken out from since mid-October last year. So why am I saying this? If it fails to break out of 38, there might be a possible retracement again to around 35 pesos per share to as low as around 34.8. For context in the chart, I'm saying this is the resistance that SM Prime can't break around 38. If it does not break past that, it could possibly retrace to around 36.4 to as low as 35 pesos per share over the short term. That's SM Prime from a short-term perspective. Short-term perspective, failure to break out from 38, take profits. Position traders, there's no change in trend yet. The stock is still bullish, so hold your positions, and your goal is to maximize your gains, because we don't know yet how high this uptrend can last. And you have to understand this, SM Prime is such a fundamentally sound company that it's the value of the stock that will make it move up over the long term. And I hope you don't sell too quickly, because a lot of people, when they see a stock move up, they get fearful, and your goal is not to follow your emotions. If you get too fearful, mapapabenta ka ng maaga. Pag mapapabenta ka ng maaga, you will fail to monetize a lot of the possible gains that could possibly come over the next few years. All right. So I hope this is helping you. I ran out of water. Medyo yung voice ko, it's a bit cold, so I need to protect my voice as well. But I'll try to go through all of the stock requests that you asked for. Kasi yun naman I just enjoy doing this, and I'll keep on doing this. I told a lot of friends kanina na kunyari magkaroon ng 10 billion pesos, I'll still do these videos, I'll still do these talks, because it's what I love to do, and that's the best thing that you can go about life. Do the things that you love to do. If you do the things that you're passionate about, you will never work a single day in your life. Alright? Next, so we've talked about the PSEI, we've talked about SEC, we've talked about SMPH. Next stock, we're going to talk about Bloom. Bloom is under a I guess a good earnings report, no, that's what's fueling whatever movement that you're seeing in Bloom right now. I repeat, Bloom is undergoing a very strong earnings report, which is what's triggering the stock to move up. A couple of things from a technical point of view, position trading perspective. If you look at it here, it's still above the 200-day moving average, making the stock relatively bullish. So why am I saying this? For position traders, it did a great bounce from 9.1. Again, for position traders, it did a great bounce from 9.1 pesos per share, and that's what's fueling whatever that you're seeing now. You have to remember that 200-day moving average is a very strong support range, and as it hit and went to around 9.1 pesos per share, the stock started to bounce and move up from that. But from a quick trading perspective, here's what you need to remember: price discounts, everything that you need to know is found in the charts. That's why I don't look at speculation. That's why I don't need to look at rumors, because the chart tells me everything that I need to know. What I know is this: even before the earnings was given out today, the stock already broke out from the 10.1 resistance level. So why am I saying that? The 10.1 resistance level was its previous support. So now here's the thing, because of that news report, the breakout from 10, I believe, will now make it challenge the resistance at 12 pesos per share. So if you're a quick trader, I repeat, if you're a quick trader, because of the breakout from 10, your target price is now at 12 pesos per share. So I repeat, it's now a quick trade. Now for those who bought at 10 from the breakout at 10, it's now a quick trade. Target price is around 12 pesos per share. This will give you around a 17% upside for those who bought at the breakout. So congratulations for those who bought at the breakout from 10, target price at 12. Position trading, no sell signal yet. So quick trades, sell if it fails to break out from 12. Quick position traders, no sell signal yet. So congratulations to all of you who are profiting from this stock. So now, let me just recap. Talked about the PSEI, Semirara, SMPH, Bloom. Okay, we've talked about 4 stocks already. Let me greet some people. Ian Plaza from Qatar asking for STI. Jobert Acedra from Cavite City, good evening to you. Gene, nako Gene, ang dami yan. Gene Terado. JFC, MPI, Mac and Meg. Mac, Meg, MPI is in the previous video. You can reference it from there. Just go to my wall. Everything that are about those stocks you will find there. Hashan Lagas interrupted. Okay na siya. Jericho Angulo, good afternoon to you from Abu Dhabi. Annabel Bihag asking for SMC, P-Core, and MBT. MBT, we did a video of that just a couple of days ago. Please check my wall for the videos. Alright, so Sever Torres asking for URC. Marco Miranda from Zurich. Wow, madami ba kayong Pinoy dyan sa Zurich, Marco Miranda? Please let me know. I'm glad known that there's a lot of people from Switzerland and Europe who's there. If you have time, we're doing Stock Smarts in London. If you want to know more about this, we will be in London this January. Last week of January. So if you guys are in Europe or you're close to London, I hope that you guys get to join us, kasi it's our first Stock Smarts there in London, and I hope that a lot of you get to be part of it. Our organizers there are really trying to push that more Filipinos get to join and learn more about it as well. Next, Hervey from Malaysia is here. Hello, Hervey, part of our organizing team there in Malaysia. Rod Valiente asking for AGI, G, and CCAT. So excited next week. So you're here in Doha. Yes, I am excited too. You know what makes this fun as well? It's really meeting a lot of people. It's meeting kababayans from different parts of the world. That's what makes this fun. That's what makes this relatively enjoyable. Al-Lubar Akbar, Leah Benentura asking for LR and PXP. PXP will be part of this Facebook Live session. Live Fernandez, look at the old videos we've done. IMI, Jennifer Mendoza asking for FNI, CLI, and WPI. FNI will be part of the Stocks by Request session. Alright, next, sino ba sa inyo may Harbour Star? We're gonna look at tugs right now. Comment below if you have tugs. Comment below if you're happy with the stock. Comment below if you're ipet. Comment below if you want to sell. Comment below if you want to buy. And what's your take about it? What's nice about this is we get to interact with each other. That's why I love Facebook Live and just creating videos, kasi this isn't just a monologue. Dapat it should be you guys also giving me your inputs on how it is. This is like our two-way communication. Okay, let me just pull up the stock first. Okay, Harbour Star is still progressing from its breakout. When I see the breakout, here's the breakout of the stock. Here's the resistance at around 2.8. No, because of that, the stock is still breaking out, and you see a red candle there, which is just a large which is just a large downward movement of the stock. However, the trend and the range is still bullish. So why am I saying this? There might be a red candle today for Harbour Star. There might be a sell down. However, from a trend and range perspective, there's still no sell signals as well. Let me put in more oscillators to just check if there's a sell signal already. None yet. So quick trading, position trading, no sell signal yet. You can still safely hold on to your positions. You can manage your risk there, but technical indicators are still telling us that there's no sell signal yet for tugs. Alright, so for those who are joining us, the stocks that we've talked about so far is SEC, SM Prime Holdings, Bloom, tugs, and we've also talked about the index as well. The next stock I'd like to share is Meralco. Meralco, by the way, had the highest value turnover, had the highest peso movement today in the market. No, very, very interesting because the stock is close to the resistance already at 297 pesos per share. I repeat, the stock is close already to the resistance at 297 pesos per share. So why am I saying this? This is pretty significant because if it fails to break out of 297, you may expect a short correction. You may expect a short downward movement for the stock. A couple of things. For position traders, though, the stock is still bullish. I repeat, for position traders, the stock is still bullish. We don't have a sell signal yet. So if you're a position trader and you're holding Meralco stock, no sell signal. I repeat, people who are holding Meralco stock, we don't have a sell signal yet for position traders. For quick traders, though, look at this. It's to the 297 peso resistance level. Failure to break out from that will bring it to 292. Failure to hold 292 will bring it to 276 pesos per share. So you can reference those lines. No, failure to break 298 will bring the stock to 292. Failure to hold 292 will bring the stock down to 276 pesos per share. So that's where we are right now. Oscillators, though, are showing still a push upward. Oscillators, for those who attended our technical analysis sessions, you know what I'm referencing when I say there's a push upward, when there's still momentum upward. Oscillators are still showing also more bullish momentum still for the stock, meaning position traders, relatively, oscillators are still confirming to you that we don't have any sell signal yet. So yon. I like to do, what's nice about Sydney is you get to do videos at an open space. Number one, hindi siya mainit. When I do this in BGC, it's relatively hot. No? I can't really do videos for a very, very long time there because it's hot. But now it's nice. It's a cool, I think 16, 17, 18, 19 degrees. So everything can be done outdoor as well. And it's nice to do something new. It's nice to do something different. So there. Next. Next stock, a lot of people have been requesting this, Ferronickel, FNI. Who has FNI? Comment below. Alam ko si Jennifer Mendoza meron FNI. So this is for you, Jennifer Mendoza. Okay, FNI. I don't have good news for you though, for those who are following Ferronickel, for those who are watching Ferronickel. The stock dropped today because of a couple of things. It failed to hold and break out from the resistance at 3.1 pesos per share. So for those who bought it because of the breakout from 2.81 or because of the bounce from 2.33, its failure to break out from 3.1 for quick traders, from a quick trading perspective, is now a sell signal. Let me show here. Ayan, oh. It failed to break out from 3.1 and there's heavy volume attached to it. So what does this mean? For those who are following the stock, failure to break out from 3.1 represents already your sell signal for the stock. I repeat, failure to break out from 3.1 represents a sell signal already for the stock, for Ferronickel, for quick traders. A couple of things you need to know also is, because it failed to break out of 3.1, it's now going back to the support at 2.8 pesos per share. Here's the thing, if it fails to hold 2.8 pesos per share, the stock will possibly drop to the next support at 2.5 pesos per share. I repeat, failure to hold 2.8 will result in Meralco dropping to 2.5 pesos per share. So look at it from this perspective, failure to break 2.8, the stock will drop to 2.5, which is near support. You have to remember this, if a stock fails to hold a certain support level, it can possibly drop and it could possibly go to the next support level, where the stock could possibly go down as well. So there, Ferronickel. Next stock is Ion naman. Ionics. Who among you has Ion? Please comment below if you have Ion as a stock. There, Ion, if Ferronickel is retracing, if Ferronickel failed to break out from the resistance, this stock has done a couple of things. Number one, it bounced from the support at 1.72. Number two, it broke out from the 1.86 resistance. Number three, it broke out from the 193 pesos resistance. I'm talking about this. Check this out. Bounced from 172, broke out from 186, broke out from 193 pesos per share. So this stock is bullish for short, mid, and long term. Quick traders should have bought at either the bounce from 172, the breakout from 186, or the breakout from 193 pesos per share. I'm talking about Ion. For position traders, the best time for you to come in was around 172 pesos, 1.72 pesos per share, because that's where the strong support is. That's where the 200-day moving average is. That's where relatively you see a lot of buyers. And again, for position traders, that's the best time for you to position. That's the best time for you to start to come in. Now, after those breakouts, the next target price for Ionics is 2.16 pesos per share. Because of the breakout from 1.93, your next target price is around 2.16 pesos per share. Mark that target price is 16 because that's where, if it fails to break out from 2.16 pesos per share, that's where you take profits. I repeat, that's where you take profits. If it fails to break out from 2.16 pesos per share and you are a quick trader, please take profits at 2.16 pesos per share. 2.16 pesos per share. I don't know why I'm zooming in, but that's where you sell at 2.16 pesos per share. For position traders though, even if it fails to break out of 2.16, it may not destroy the trend yet, and you can hold your stock, you can hold your positions, and you as the trend is still relatively bullish. Even MACD is showing us that there's a change in direction upwards still. Alright, so what else? Pagod na ako. Can I have a quick rest? Just a few seconds. It's tiring. No, I don't have water, so I don't have a way to rest my so while I'm trying to rest my vocal cords for a few seconds, let me show you the view first. So there, I just needed to rest for a couple of seconds, but I'm back. We're in Darling Harbour. At my back is the I think this is the International Convention Center in Sydney. So relatively a good spot to do Facebook Live sessions. Next stock is Wilcon, Home Depot. The thing about Wilcon is it had its great move from 5 pesos to 9. And for those who've been following our Facebook Live sessions, that was such a great upward move. I repeat, that was such a great upward move by Wilcon Depot. No, the only issue that we had from Wilcon Depot is it failed to really break out from our 9.6 peso target price. Because of that, it started now to start moving sideways. I repeat, the stock has moved sideways already. It started since September this year. So now the movement, the motion for Wilcon Depot is you have a support range at 8 and you have a target price or level at 9.6 pesos per share. This is what I'm talking about. The range for Wilcon is 8 to 9.6 pesos per share. The range for Wilcon is 8 to 9.6 pesos per share. Why am I saying the stock currently now is at the 8 peso support level? So as long as 8 pesos will hold, we have a buy signal for Wilcon. I repeat, as long as 8 pesos will hold, we have a buy signal for Wilcon. As long as 8 pesos will hold, we have a buy signal for Wilcon Depot. A bounce from 8, target price is 9.6 pesos per share. I repeat, as long as Wilcon will bounce from 8 and stay above 8, you can continue buying. Your target price is 9.6 pesos per share. So Wilcon, support level, 8 pesos buy, as long as 8 will hold. Please, if 8 does not hold, manage your risk, cut your losses, get out from the stock. If 8 does not hold, hello, say hi. If 8 does not hold, cut your losses, manage your risk, get out of the stock. If 8 pesos will hold, continue buying. Target price is 9.6 pesos per share. The problem now is this: you need to cut your losses. Very, very important. If 8 pesos does not hold, the stock can possibly drop to 6.6 pesos per share. So very, very important for you to note. Again, I repeat, if it does not hold 8 pesos per share, please cut your losses. Please sell, as the stock could possibly drop to 6.8 pesos per share, as that is the support level for the stock there. That's where it could possibly drop if it fails to hold off those levels. So there. Let's see next. Done with Wilcon. Next stock is it's been in the center of a lot of the news, no, because of the Pure Foods and GSMI deal. I'm talking about San Miguel. Who among you has San Miguel? Comment below if you have San Miguel. Please, I'm not talking about consumers. I'm not talking about people na mahilig sa San Miguel. I'm talking about people who have it as an investment. I was in Malaysia last week, no. Tapos meron request ng Emperador. Lagi ko tinatanong, ano, are you a consumer of Emperador or are you an investor? So for those who are in SMC, are you looking at it as a conglomerate that's highly exposed to different industries here in the Philippines? So SMC, you have to understand this. It's typically just news driven. Whatever movement you're seeing now is because of the news of the Pure Foods and GSMI of Ginebra deal to put their liquor in Pure Foods as well. But because of that, you're seeing a large amount of volume, and you're seeing the stock start to break out. And for those who've attended our Stock Smart sessions, please try to remember yung concept natin sa moving averages. Pag nagsama-sama na lahat ng mga moving averages together and breaks out, we've mentioned that it's a very, very strong buying signal. And this is a textbook case of what we're seeing there. Again, this is a textbook case of what we're seeing for SMC. It started to consolidate. The moving averages started to bunch up together, but with large amounts of volume and a large breakout. That's what we're seeing. So again, the news is just circumstantial. The chart discounts everything. The stock price discounts everything as well. So if you look at it, this is how it would look like. There you go. It did a couple of things. Number one, it bounced from 99.8. Number two, it broke all of those four moving averages that we have. Number three, it broke out from 104. Number five, it broke out of 100. It's now at the resistance of 117 pesos per share. So why am I saying this? Oh, hindi ko napindot. Ayan, so why am I saying this? Because of the breakout, you're a position trader. We don't have any sell signal yet. I repeat, because of the breakout, and you are a position trader, we don't have a sell signal yet. Hold your position, maximize your position. Your goal as a position trader is to go with the trend. And as a stock just turned bullish, please don't sell too early. Position traders, no sell signal yet. The stock is relatively bullish and the trend upward has just started. For quick traders, a failure to break out of 119 can be already a sell signal for you. I repeat, if the stock fails to break out from 119 pesos per share, that can be a sell signal already for you. I repeat, if the stock fails to break out of 119, that's already a sell signal for you. Quick traders, the stock fails to break out of 119, that's already a sell signal for you. However, if it breaks out from 119, we might have a very, 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 very big upside for San Miguel. What's the upside target price? If it breaks out from 119, next target price for you is 100. Oops, there you go, 148 pesos per share. So breakout from 119 will bring the stock to 149 pesos per share over the short term. So let's see if the volume is legit enough and the buying is strong enough to make the stock go even higher. So quick traders, failure to break out from 119, take profits. Breakout from 119, adjust your target price to 148. Position traders, hold. No sell signal yet for the stock as it just started to reverse. Next stock. Alright, we have around 5 more stocks, no? So I'm doing more than 10 kasi I know I haven't really had the chance to make a lot of stocks by request sessions. And the last stocks by request we did it in, it's amazing, no? We did it in Petronas Towers. Now we're doing something at Darling Harbour here in Sydney. So the next stock I'd like to discuss is something that's on the flip side. It starts with S also, but it's relatively bearish. Similar to Wilcon. No, Wilcon had its run. This stock also had its run. However, it's not so good over the past few days, and your goal here is just to follow the charts. If it's not so good over the past, if the stock is not so good over the past few days, it may not be as good enough for us. So why am I saying this? I'm talking about SSI. I'm talking about Store Specialists Incorporated. The stock was at a support at 4.1 pesos per share. Again, I repeat, the stock was at a support at 4.1 pesos per share, which it was consolidating already from June to where we are now. It did not go down from that. Let me show it charting perspective. There you go. This is the support level of SSI at 4.1 pesos per share. But something happened a couple of days ago that SSI failed to hold the support level at 4.1 pesos per share. As it failed to hold the support level of 4.1 pesos per share, the stock is now retracing downward and is bearish. So why am I saying this? Because the stock failed to hold the 4.1 support level it's now bearish. It's now retracing downward. The stock now is in a momentary down. Please, if you're kala ko naputol again. Ayan, if you're a quick trader and you're watching the stock though hit the 3.4 peso support range. So look at this now. Should there be a bounce over the short term for SSI? It's because it's at the 3.4 peso support range. So look at this. Any movement from SSI is because it's at the 3.4 peso support range. So why am I saying this? Two things. Number one, you're a position trader. If the stock bounces from 3.4 pesos per share, it's a buy opportunity. Number two, if you're a quick trader also, if the stock bounces from 3.4 pesos per share, it's also a buy opportunity. If you're a quick trader, a bounce from 3.4, your target price will be around 4.2 pesos per share. So for quick trading, it's a quick trade, buy at 3.4, sell at 4.2 pesos per share. I repeat, for a quick trader, buy at 3.4, sell at 4.2 pesos per share. For a position trader, it's now your chance to refuel. It's now your chance to actually add up. If it stays above 3.4, you're a position trader. You're in a good position to maximize the stock for the long term. For a quick trader, buy at 3.4, sell at 4.2. However, if the flip side happens, if 3.4 does not hold, please stay away from the position first. Again, for SSI, if 3.4 does not hold, please stay away from the position. The stock will turn bearish and you will see a larger downside, a possible downside movement for the stock. The stock could possibly go to 2.7 pesos per share. You have to remember, strong movements up. Once it starts retracing downward, supports don't hold, it will have also a strong short downward movement as well. So let me repeat this. If 3.4 does not hold, please cut your losses. 3.4 does not hold, please sell. 3.4 does not hold, please stay away from the stock. 3.4 does not hold, the stock will now turn bearish for the short, mid, and long term. So if SSI does not do well over and stay above 3.4, please stay away from the stock. 3.4 holds, buy at 3.4, sell at 4.2. 4.2 breaks out from 4.2, possible movement up is 4.5 pesos per share. Next, we're now talking about PXP. But before PXP, quick plug, StockSmart Sydney, Australia will be this weekend. After Sydney, Australia, Doha, Qatar. After Doha, Qatar will end November in Singapore. So you can expect, now I'll try to do different Facebook Live sessions from different spots in different cities as well. Then the next 3 weeks of December will be in Manila, StockSmart's Manila, technical fundamental analysis, and we will also talk about the top 10 stocks for 2018. I'm actually excited for the top 10 stocks in 2018 because it's not just me talking there, but we have a fund manager, we have an economist, and we have a hardcore fundamental investor who will talk about what are certain picks that will do well for 2018. Then lastly, we will end 2017 with StockSmart's Taiwan. It's my first time to do a roundtable session there. So if you're from the area, I'd love to meet you also. Taipei, we'll do it in Taipei 101. So amazing, interesting, and I hope that you guys get to be part of it. Then we will start January with StockSmart CDO. First 2 weeks of January 2018, we will do StockSmart CDO technical analysis. Then again, end of January, we will do StockSmart's London, United Kingdom. Then February, we now begin StockSmart's UAE, Dubai. So, yun, daming events, but I love it. I love it, and it's just amazing. This is not work for me. Yung alam mo yung feeling na nagbabasketball ka. That's what I feel every time I get to talk about stocks. It's really just an explosion of passion for me. And thank you so much for entrusting me with your journey toward financial freedom. Next one, PXP. Let me pull up the chart first. PXP. Nako, it's almost 11 na pala dito. So by the way, look at this. It's still the city is still so alive, no? So it's not true also that Australia sleeps early, because as you can see here, buhay na buhay pa yung lugar. I guess there are certain portions also in there's certain portions in Australia that sleep early, that close early, but if you're in the city, it's still like New York, it's still like Dubai, it's still like other places in the world where there's still a lot of action happening. Felix, if you try to look at it from a move perspective, it's similar to Wilcon. Why am I saying this? The stock had a large move starting July this year. Look, the stock had a large move after breaking out. This is the large movement upward, boom. But after the large movement upward, the stock failed to break out from the resistance at 10.1 pesos per share. I repeat, the stock failed to move from the large resistance of 10.8 pesos per share. So now, why am I saying this? Because of its failure to break out from the resistance at 10.1 pesos per share, the stock is now moving sideways already. The strongest support is at 7.7 pesos per share. The strongest resistance is at 10.1 pesos per share. However, for those who bought at 7.7, you are now experiencing an upside of, let me check. You're now experiencing the upside of around 22, 23 pesos percent already. So why am I saying this? If it fails to hold at 9.35, it fails to, if PXP fails to break out of 9.4 pesos per share, you're a quick trader, please take profits already. I repeat, if PXP fails to break out from 9.4 pesos per share, please take profits already. If you're a quick trader, PXP fails to break out from 9.4, please take profits. If you're a quick trader and PXP fails to break out from 9.4 pesos per share, please take profits already. For position traders, we have no sell signal yet. I repeat, for position traders, we don't have a sell signal yet. There is no trend reversal yet. But for quick traders, failure to break out from 9.4, please, by all means, take profits already. Alright, next. Three more stocks. PLDT. PLDT just gave out an earnings report today, which they said profits surged. Profit was relatively good because of their increase in data sales, data revenues have been increasing. So why am I saying this? PLDT has started to have relatively better reforms, I guess, in its data, because they've been lagging behind from Globe. Globe has been beating them front, right, and center in the shift to digital. But now PLDT has been doing a good job. They've somehow turned things around. But let's see what the chart is saying. Is it something that's relatively good that will cause us to sell? Okay, from a position trading perspective, the stock is now holding and hovering above its long-term support. The long-term support of PLDT is 1650. I repeat, the long-term support of PLDT is at 1650. So here's the thing, as long as PLDT stays above 1650, position traders keep on buying. So if it fails to hold 1650, please stay away from the stock. I repeat, if the stock fails to hold from 1650, please stay away from the stock, because the stock will turn bearish. PLDT has been hovering from 1650, I think from July. No, it's been consolidating at those areas since July this year, and it's now also at the 200-day moving average, which, as long as it stays above that, becomes a hold signal for you if you're a position trader. For a quick trader, your target price is around 1,800. If it breaks out from 1.8, your target price is 1.9. So, couple of things, stays above 1,650, bounce from 1,650, buy. Bounce from 1,650, target price is 1,790 pesos per share. Breakout from 1,790, adjust your target price to 1,925. Bounce from 1,650, target price 1,790. Breakout from 1,790, target price is 1,925 pesos per share over the short term. So quick traders, please respect. Quick and position traders, please respect 1,650. Quick traders, failure to break out of plot your target price at 1,790. If it hits 1,790, it does not break out, take profits. If it hits 1,790 and it starts to break out, adjust your target price to 1,925. For position traders, as long as it stays above 1,650, no need to sell, as a stock and the trend will now turn bullish. And let's see how the earnings result will actually, I guess, influence this over the short, mid, and long term. Alright, let me see what's our next stocks. We know two more stocks. Next one is Shell Philippines. This is not so good. That's why not all IPOs are worth buying, especially IPOs that are not really for expansion. You have to understand, I said this over and over, even in a Bloomberg interview. I said that I'm not a big fan of Shell or Pilipinas Shell, because why? They're just doing this for compliance purposes. You have to remember, they're just doing the IPO because it's needed. It's part of the law that after the oil deregulation law, they were mandated to actually list their shares. So Shell is in a downtrend. For position traders, please stay away from the stock. I repeat, in a downtrend, please stay away from the stock. Here's its downward progression, and you don't want to stay in a stock that's in a downtrend. The stock does not look good for the short, mid, and long term. I repeat, Shell does not look good from a short, mid, and long term aspect. So position trader, no buy signal yet for the stock. Please stay away from the stock. For a quick trader naman, the same thing. The stock has no clear support level yet. The stock is bearish, short, mid, and long term. And aside from that is this, the stock just broke down from 64.4 per share. Look at this. The stock just broke down from 64.4 from the support level 64.4, and whatever your downward movement you're seeing is because of that, and a lot of moving averages. Those who attended our stock smart sessions, you know the implications if moving average is sloping downward. So regardless if you're a quick trader or a position trader, Shell is an avoid right now. I repeat, Shell is an avoid right now. And lastly, I know a lot of you have been asking about this, and it's fitting still, but I'm not too sure if I want to do more stocks by request with this stock, no, because really nothing has changed. If you think Shell is in a downtrend, this stock is still also in a downtrend. And what I wanted to do, Sana, what I was planning was I would include this stock already in the next stocks by request when we see a reversal, when there's a buy signal na sana. But since a lot of people are still requesting it, a lot of people are still asking about it, so I guess it's really just fitting to create this again. I'm talking about CHP. Comment below if you have CEMEX, comment below if you have CHP, comment below if you pit kayo, comment below if you're still holding on to it, comment below if you think it's still a good stock. So just let me know what their comments are for CHP. Let me know if you think it's, if you want to hold on to it or not. But from a technical perspective, this is CHP is similar to Shell. Now look at this. Boom, it's still in a downward progression. There's no buy signal yet in sight. There's no buy signal yet. Again, from a position trading perspective, we buy signal yet for CHP. From a position trading perspective, it's an avoid signal. From an investment perspective, I said this even at day one for the IPO, it's not really a good stock to hold for the long term. Malaki utang yan, and its earnings are not really good as well. It's declining earnings. You don't want to be an investor of a stock that has declining earnings. From a quick trading perspective, it just broke down from 4.85 pesos per share. I repeat, from a quick trading perspective, it just broke down from the support at 4.85 pesos per share. Because of the breakdown from 4.85 pesos per share, the stock has hit the support at 4.1 pesos per share. However, you can see here the stock is now hovering for 4 days at 4.15 pesos per share, 4.1 pesos per share. If it fails to hold past that, the stock can drop even lower. So for people who are trying to bottom fish, for people who are trying to, I guess, want to just buy it because of oversold levels, watch out for this. If it bounces from 4.16, you can buy there. Your target price will be around 4.9 pesos per share. Again, for quick traders, 4.15. Holds above that level, 4.9 pesos per share. But I really don't advise it. Your goal is not to buy stocks that are not doing well. Why not look for stocks that are doing well and just focus on that? So just to recap, the stocks that we've talked about the index, talked about SEC, SM Prime Holdings, Bloom, Tugs, Meralco, FNI, Ion, Wilcon, SSI, Philex Mining, PXP, PLDT, Shell, and CEMEX. So that's it for now. I'm gonna do more videos here. I'm just gonna keep doing videos over and over and over and over again. And as I know, this reaches more people, no, than the trainings and seminars, because this can be done wherever you are, and you can review this kung hindi ka man naka-join a seminar. So if you join us late, again, this will be in YouTube and this will be in marvingurmo.com. So what else? I don't know. Let me greet some of you guys before we put this into an end. Corn Jamerlan from Saudi Arabia, good evening to you. Res Kagata from Japan. Wow, Japan. Ano na yata dyan? Then 9, I think it's 9 p.m. yata in Japan. Edmond Ramos, tapos na. PXP. Jennifer Mendoza from Quezon City. Shan Asarcon, hello. Albert Bersuela. Erwin Gopes asking for IDC, IMI, PXP. Resty Rosales asking for FGen. Mix Mababa, good afternoon to you too. France, Gregory Bangahon, hello from Saudi Arabia. My mom is also watching. Excel Domingo from Qatar. Ryan Corral, oh, you're from Ryan, you're back in Manila already? Okay. Hector Cabus, Luis Delin, Brian De La Peña, Palmer Salvador from Dubai. Danica Viray asking for APX. Wilcon C asking for Mer. We've included this. Samuel Ratcho asking for MPI and SM Prime Holdings. Annabel Bihag asking for SM Prime. So many people asking for SM Prime. It's included. It's part of it. Ayun. It's already almost 11 here. I have to put this Facebook Live to a close already, but I'll do more tomorrow. I'll try to see what I can do. I'm relatively tired already. I still have to do some emails when I get back to my hotel, but I just made it a point that I do this Facebook Live as part of my commitment. Commitment is doing something kahit you're tired already, because you committed to do it, you will push through, and you have to go on and on and on and on and on and on and on with it. And that's the way it is. You have to understand, this success is not one grand victory. Success is you doing things on a day-to-day basis, even if if you don't feel that you like it, but because you're disciplined, you're determined, and you see success as something that you do on a day-to-day basis, you will push hard for it. So don't go after those grand, large victories. Go for those day-to-day movements, because those day-to-day movements that you do over and over and over and over again, that's where success is. That's where it's done, man. And that's it. God bless you all. I hope these sessions become a blessing to you, because that's what I want. I want you guys to live a profitable life. I want Filipinos, wherever you are from, regardless of what part of the world you are, it doesn't matter. You have to remember this, and I'll just end with this. Don't let your background, don't let your past define who you are. Don't let your wallet define who you are. Don't let your educational background define who you are. Who you are is what God placed in your heart. Who you are is what God says about you. You are blessed, you are prosperous, you have so much potential. Your best days are still in front of you. This is not yet the end. Greater days are in store for all of you. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Guillermo from Darling Harbour in Sydney, Australia. God bless you all, and I hope this helps you trade well, trade strong, and trade smart.